distribute in here, you get 6x squared minus 6x plus 6x minus 6 minus 6x squared. These will cancel out, these will cancel out, and you'll get y equals negative 6. And then that is linear because it doesn't have an x squared in it. It doesn't even have an x, so only answer choices are A or C. And obviously not having the negative 35x, that's a red flag, but should have a negative 6 for the constant term, which this does, making it C. Problem number 2, you're going to do that the same way. So first thing you want to do, distribute. So you could use the FOIL method. And this is what that would give you. And then simplify. Of course, you can combine these two. And that is a quadratic because it has x squared in it. So you can eliminate answer choice A and answer choice D. And then you need the negative 18x squared for the quadratic term. Here you have 6x squared. Number 3, you would stick this into y equals into the calculator like this. So if you were to do that, it'd look like this. Negative 3x squared plus 180x minus 285. Then you hit graph. And if you can't see the graph very well, you can press zoom 0 and it'll regraph it in a way that you can see it. And then to calculate the min or max, you would hit second, trace, and then this is a max. You go slightly to the left, hit enter, slightly to the right of your max, hit enter, and then hit enter again to guess. And I'll tell you your answers right here. It says 30 and 24.15. So if you look at your answer choices, that would be B. Number 4, I'm going to skip that since you do it exactly the same way. Number 5 says identify the vertex and axis of symmetry. So your vertex is going to be your min or max. This one has a vertex at -1, -2. So you can eliminate answer choice B and D. And then your axis of symmetry would be whatever the x is on your vertex. So this would be x equals -1. Still can't eliminate any answers. And then P prime and Q prime would be a reflection across your axis of symmetry. So P prime looks like it is at 0, -1, which would make it answer choice A. Number 6, do it the exact same way. Number 7, which graph would represent this equation? You could just type that into y equals, or if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, you could say this is H and K. So you always got to flip this sign. 2, -4 would be my vertex. So you figure out which answer has that vertex, which means you can eliminate C and you can eliminate D. And then your A value is going to tell whether it opens up or down. So since it's negative, it opens down. Or you could straight up just stick it into y equals and hit graph. And then this would be, it would look like this picture. So that would give you your answer. Do number 8 the exact same way. So I'm going to skip it. Number 9 says identify the vertex and y-intercept. So for the vertex, flip the sign. And then over here, it's whatever K is. So you can eliminate, looks like every answer choice except for A. If you wanted the y-intercept, you'd plug 0 in for x. And you would evaluate, you get -7 if you plug 0 in for x into this equation. Do number 10 the exact same way. Number 11, write in vertex form. Well, vertex form, I'll give that to you on the test. This is the form. H and K, you have to graph it, and then find the min or max. A would be whatever's in front of your x squared. So far, this is all we have. That means you could eliminate answer choice C and B. Then stick that in the calculator into y equals and check your min or max. So in y equals, that'd be 2x squared plus 12x plus 14. You'd hit graph. And this graph looks kind of funky, so I'm going to hit zoom 6. And that is a minimum. So find your min by hitting second trace. Go slightly to the left of it, slightly to the right of it, and then hit enter to guess. -3, -4 would be my HK. So negative makes a +3, and then -4. Correct answer of D there. Do number 12 and 13 the exact same way, so I'm going to skip those. Factor the expression. Here, factor out your GCD or GCF first. If you want to use the calculator, you'd hit math, go over to num, and then it's option number 9 is GCD. So you type in 15, 21, GCF of 3. And then you take out the smallest, we want to use a negative because these both have a negative in it. And then you want to use the smallest x value. So here we got x squared and x. X is obviously smaller than x squared. So that means C would be the correct answer. Now if you wanted to finish it out, you'd divide. -15 divided by -3 is 5. You had x squared, you pull out an x. That leaves you with 1. Plus, because -21 divided by -3 is +7. You had an x, you pulled out an x, and that's it. That's why you have correct answer here, C. 15, you do the same way. 16, pull out a GCD or GCF. The largest number that goes evenly into 8, 12, and 16, you could use the calculator or you could do it in your head. Factor out a 4. And that gives me 2x squared plus 3x minus 4. I got that by dividing every coefficient by 4. Then you do slide and divide. This is where you multiply your first number, your A value, times your C value. Then remember, this is ax squared plus bx plus c. So that would give us a new equation of, we could have factored out, I guess, a -4 instead of a positive. And that would actually give us this answer. Would be done with that one. A little easier than I thought. Here, you want to factor. You need two numbers that multiply to give you 48, but add or subtract to give you +14. So you'd plug into y equals, you do 48 divided by x, and then you'd hit second graph. Then you can scroll through here. We got 1 and 48, 2 and 24, 3 and 16, and so on. To get 14, I think that would be 8 and 6. They're both positive, because they would multiply to give you a +48 and add to give you 14. So it'd be 8 plus 6, or excuse me, x plus 6, x plus 8. I will give you the signs too. So like plus plus gives you an answer of plus plus. I'm talking about these. And you just wash, rinse, repeat on there. So if I did one more, need numbers that multiply to give me 8, but add or subtract to give me -6. It'd be like 4 and 2. And if I make them both negative, those will multiply to give me a +8, and add or subtract to give me -6, because -4 minus 2 is -6. And then lastly, these types of problems, I guess there's one more type, but this type, try to factor out a GCF. Nothing goes evenly into 3, 26, and 35. So you'll have to do slide and divide. Multiply the 3 times the 35. That give me x squared plus 26x plus 105. Then you would need things that multiply to give you 105, but add or subtract to give you 26. So you type in y equals 105 over x. And we need 26. So 5 and 21 would work. And they're both positive because two positives multiply to give you a positive 105. And if you add them, 5 plus 21 gives you 26. Now the catch is here we multiplied the 3 over. So when we write this down, you have to try and divide the 3 back out. So 3 doesn't go into 5. What you do is stick that in front of your x. So it'd be 3x plus 5. 3 does go into 21. It goes in 7 times. So 3x plus 5 and x plus 7. So D. The last type of problem is the easiest type, in my opinion. It is this type of problem where you have a difference of perfect squares. Take the square root of 9, it's 3. Take the square root of 16, it's 4. One will be plus, one will be minus. I'll do one more of those. Take the square root of 25, you get 5. Take the square root of 64, you get 8.